Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Opus Otaku, the place where I blabber about Japanese cartoons. Today I will be reviewing and sharing my thoughts on Hunter x Hunter. Also, I think popcorn is overrated, it's not bad though. So let's start with the first arc, the Hunter exam. Now, this was not really the best arc, but it was definitely a good start. We meet Leorio, an overgrown teen who wants to become a doctor and is a normie of the group. We also meet Kurapika, who strongly despises spiders and is a smartass. And Killua, who kills people like it's a joke. I kinda dropped Hunter x Hunter after 1.5 episodes, and I resumed watching it because I saw this super badass scene of Killua and Gon somewhere, so I just got back at it. Now, something that surprises me though is the fact that so many people died and there's usually no reactions. For example, when this dude bro here, just becomes bird food or whatever this is, everyone just go, well, guess we can't climb down. But I guess you can't waste too much time on that. Now, Killua right now seems pretty normal. I don't really see much interesting about him. I had high hopes for him because everyone likes him so much. But I guess I'll have to wait, a little more. But the one who doesn't interest me a lot, though, is Gon. When, for example, Killua rips out Jonas' heart, the only one unfazed is Gon, which is kind of interesting. Hisoka is also a guy who I think I'm going to have fun watching. Another thing is when Hanzo tells Gon that he's gonna, cut his legs and stuff, Gon just goes like, nope, I don't want that to happen, and that's something that even surprises Hisoka. Seriously, even he gets a derp face. Now, towards the end of the first arc, I kind of felt like it was just a really generic anime. I was wondering what the power system was, and it gets introduced pretty late, so yeah. Moving on to the Zoltik Family Arc, which actually this is unofficial, but I'll just talk about it. At this point, we're never worried about Gon because of the previous incidents, but seriously, almost everyone comes out of the house of a family of assassins, unhurt, except one Gon freezes. We get to know a lot about Killua in this arc, but I still didn't see anything special about him, and I fail to see why he's so loved. Sure, he has a nice character, but in my opinion, I like Gon better. This arc's kinda shit. What is not shit though is the next arc, Heaven's Arena. Now, Heaven's Arena is a great arc, mostly because of the Hisoka vs. Castro fight. It was a lot of fun to watch, and I do not mind the late introduction to Nen, which is the power system in Hunter x Hunter. It is very much like Devil Fruits in One Piece or Stands in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Everyone has their specific power and it's not some shitty power system like Ki, where you go like, oh shoot, that meanie has a bigger Nen than me, then I'm dead. It's also great to see everyone make progress when it comes to Nen, except the overgrown teen who wants to become a doctor. So what I find surprising is Gon and Killua literally learned 10 in the span of I think 3 hours, which I guess everyone would find surprising. In a way, this is quite interesting and shows very clearly how special Gon and Killua are. I'm glad that Gon lost to Guido. A healthy amount of losses is always nice. Also, I don't think it's a good idea for two 12-year-old kids to get 200 million Jenny, which, by the way, is equivalent to about $2 million. You could buy 1.5 million Snickers bars with that much money. Anyway, poor Zushi for getting such overpowered kids as co-apprentices, I guess. I feel bad for that kid, man. At this point, though, I don't really feel like Hisoka is a huge meanie. He just likes to beat people who are strong because that makes him feel good. I think I can kind of relate to that, but not to the extent that such Hisoka feels. Seriously, he got an erection by looking at angry Gon. And as such, I feel like he's a pretty likable character for a villain. Like, isn't he the big bad bitch that I'm supposed to absolutely despise? Come on. He has a very cool design, though. So you might be thinking, but oh, Opus, he murdered a bunch of people. He is a meanie. Well, first of all, he doesn't really prey on the weak, and for that I respect him. He, fights people who are strong. And second of all, didn't Killua kill a bunch of people too? Now, after all this, I will give some time because I haven't even watched half the series yet, so So anyway, moving on to the York New City arc, where finally shit gets real. It is also a great arc that focuses more on our revenge-seeking, yellow-haired Scarlet Eyes. We got a lot of attention on Gon and Killua in the previous arcs. It's nice to see Kurapika in action too. I wonder when Leorio is gonna get an arc like this. Anyway, in my opinion, everything is quite calm and not tense up until Gon and Killua get captured. This is because you know that Kurapika is not reckless and won't get into a fight. He knows he can't win. He had everything planned to take down Uvogin because Kurapika, as you know, is a smartass and can keep himself calm. This is something I don't enjoy in anime. Another example is Giorno from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Whenever these type of characters are on screen, you don't really feel tense because you know that they can pull shit off. They're always calm. Kurapika was the clear winner before the fight against Uvogin, even though this is present in other animes where you already know that the protagonists are gonna win. It's usually less obvious than Uvogin versus Kurapika. So yeah, as I said, things get a lot more tense when Gon and Killua get captured. I love this part so much because I would have never imagined that Gon and Killua used what they learned from Zephyr. I feel like it was a total waste learning all that things, and I didn't really enjoy it, but looks like Gon and Killua managed to escape a Phantom Troop member using those methods. I imagined Zephyr being a bad guy, but it turns out he was not. Also, Killua being so selfish and trying to save Gon's life by risking his own life made me angry. Grr, Killua, why are you so selfish? Now, I feel like Melody is just another overpowered living lie detector. I mean, sure, you can tell if someone's lying by their heartbeat, but it would be possible for that person to lie while staying calm. I feel like Killua underestimates how much his subordinates care for him, even though when he's ready to die for his teammates, they don't want him to die. Killua just did not see this coming and thought Paku would break the promise with Kurapika. This miscalculation was a reason Killua was utterly defeated. Speaking about Killua, I absolutely loved the way Togashi portrayed that a spider is alive even after losing its head. But it turns out the legs actually don't want the head to go bye-bye. So toward the end of this arc, I found myself liking Paku quite a bit. I mean, Togashi just loves to make villains likable, doesn't he? Her sacrificing her life to give all of the rest of the information to her team members just shows how much they care for each other. Now, the thing is, it looks as though Kurapika fears losing his hatred towards the troop. Him seeing that the troop members care for each other makes him lose his idea of them being ruthless murderers. Now, I don't feel any sympathy for the troop, but only for Paku because she was a pretty nice character. Even though the villains are not written well, and in my opinion, a well-written villain is someone who you should hate all the way till the end, because then it's satisfying when the protagonist beats them. And someone with interesting powers and goals, okay? So, the Phantom Troop are kind of balanced because I don't really hate them, nor do I feel sympathy for them. Just because the troop members care for each other and there's camaraderie between them doesn't necessarily make them good people. And at the same time, you can't really hate them because of how they were raised in Meteor City. Out of everyone in this arc, the only one I hated was Light Nostrad and his daughter, Neon Nostrad. Their relationship is just the same as two individuals making a deal. The dad uses her very interesting nan ability of foresight, and she gets, well, basically whatever she wants. I don't really see anything special there, it's just her dad milking his daughter's abilities, and that's the only reason he needs her, which is pretty sad. Now, even after this arc, I'm not especially fond of Killua, and Gon is just even more interesting. His goals are not something cringy and normal, but just for the innocent reason of wanting to find his dad. The fact that Killua doesn't have a goal is quite abnormal because in every anime, protagonists and secondary characters have a goal to work towards. This is in no way a bad thing because Killua in fact does have a goal, and that is to find a goal. Even though I don't really like Killua as a character, he's perfect for keeping Gon from doing reckless things. Overall, this is a pretty decent arc, the best one so far in fact. It builds up perfectly to the next arc, Great Island, which I also cannot wait to review and watch. I also cannot wait to see an arc revolving around Leorio, just like this one was revolving around Kurapika. As I said, I'm not fond of the Phantom Troop as a major antagonist of this anime, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of them. That brings us to the end of the video with me announcing last week's game winners, Sprint Trek PL. If you want to be in the next video, make sure to answer this following question. What is your favorite arc in Hunter x Hunter? Also, subscribe please. Thank you, bye.